What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here today on NBA 2K24 here for another rebuild. As I hope you guys had a great weekend. Today we're doing a team that I've been avoiding for a very long time simply because of all the drama in Philadelphia and whether a trade was going to happen or not. But it doesn't look like anyone is going to be moved anytime soon. So let's go ahead, jump in today, and do a Philadelphia 76ers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 50,000 subs now. So if you're not subbed and want to help us reach that goal, that'd be greatly appreciated. I am recording this early, very early Monday morning. So if I look tired or if I sound tired, I apologize. I had to, record it at this time. I could have last night, but I was way too tired. So here we are now. Knowing my luck, I'll do this 76ers rebuild today, and James Harden will be traded today as well. So if he does, obviously, I record this before this happened. But this is what it's looking like. Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre, Devin Mellon. Obviously, we know what the problem is here. It is simply James Harden. What's going to happen with him? Is he going to be traded? Is he going to be traded by the deadline? Are they going to keep him past the deadline? I have no clue. Obviously, it's anyone's guess at this point. Does Joel Embiid eventually request a trade? It is a mess. And obviously, Daryl Morey has not traded James Harden for a reason. The package they would get in return does not help them compete, and it's not going to help Joel Embiid. So Joel Embiid only has a limited amount of time. We don't really have time to, mess around and waste any time, if that makes any sense. So if we take a look at what we're looking at, you got James Harden, Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid, Oubre, who they just signed not that long ago, Anthony Melton, Paul Reed, and Mo Bamba. Actually, really solid diamond rotation. I actually like it a lot. So I don't think I'll do anything for this first season. Also, the one thing that the 76ers can hang their hat on, apparently, is they have a bunch of cap space coming up. Like a bunch, apparently. So, yeah, everybody's going to be, off the book. So, you're going to have Joel Embiid still locked up, obviously. But PJ Tucker, you can get rid of that pretty easily. We're going to have Tobias Harris, James Harden, both expiring. You're going to have Anthony Melton expiring. You're going to have Maxey expiring. Obviously, Maxey is somebody I do want to bring back, though. But, yeah, a lot of people are coming off the book. So, one thing Philadelphia could do is just have a bunch of cap space in the summer if they want to do that. So, do I just keep James Harden past the trade deadline? Do I keep him? Or do I trade him? I have no idea. It's kind of tough to tell. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know Philadelphia is really, really good in the simulation. So part of me, I just keep the team the same and use that cap space to my advantage in the summer. Because if we're not going to be able to get anything good for James Harden in a trade the deadline, then I don't know if there's really any point to obviously wasting any time. We could still contend this year. Yes, maybe James Harden would leave for nothing. But would you rather, would you rather have James Harden leave for nothing and have that cap space open up, or would you rather trade him for one pick in the future and a bunch of expiring contracts? And I don't think James Harden's gonna be that valuable, which is why I think Daryl Morey hasn't traded him yet. So to me, I don't think I'm gonna stop at the deadline. We get to compete this year with James Harden, and he can leave in the summer. I don't really think there's any point of me trading him and then not getting enough in return realistically. So I think we're just gonna keep him and contend with him this year. So I will see you guys at the end of year one. If I do change my mind and if I do trade him, I will show you. But right now, I don't plan on doing so. So we're just going to see how things go. I will see you guys at the end of year one. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. Let me show you how it works. Basically, it's just you against the numbers. You don't have to play anybody else. Literally you against projections. That's all it is. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine. Obviously, NFL going on right now, but we're waiting on the NBA. And right now, they may not have, obviously NBA regular season stuff, but they do have NBA season-long stuff. So if you want to go ahead and start to look at, points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, you can go over or under on the projected number that it gives you. So we can choose between 2 to 6 players, 6 players up to 25 times your money, 3 times for 2 players. So let's say I think Devin Booker is going to average more than 27 this season. I would go more on that projection. Let's say I think Rozier is going to average under. I can go less on that projection. It's that simple. It's you against the numbers. That's all it is. No, it's not complicated at all. It's a lot of fun. It enhances your gaming viewing experience. Prize Picks is something I use a lot. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to go ahead and download Prize Picks, my code is down in the description below. Use that link. Use code Crushables when you first sign up. If you go ahead and deposit $100, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. You don't have to deposit $100, but if you up to $100, they will match your first deposit. But that's it. If you want to go ahead and sign up for Prize Picks, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. And the tool I've been using this year is ZGF's correlation tool. Basically, they give you the slip. You don't have to think about anything. You just put in what they recommend. It's that simple. Basically, What it does, it kind of gives you a game script of how they think the game is going to go. It's that simple. They're going to be bringing this once the NBA comes in as well. So once the NBA starts, they're going to have a bunch of NBA slips as well, which is why I cannot wait for that. But right now, basically how this works is it's going to give you how they think the game is going to go. It basically correlates the game script in a way. So like if they think it's going to be like a high scoring game, then you go over on everything. And then you could also go like under on the punters, because obviously there's not going to be as many punts. The game is going to be going well. You know, teams are going to be moving the ball. So obviously the punters won't be as needed, which correlates to the game script that you think is going to happen. So right now, for the NFL, if you wanted to use this slip, if you're an NFL watcher, you have Pollard over a touchdown, Dak Prescott over passing rushing yards, Justin Herbert over passing completions, and an Austin Eckler over receiving targets with 2 punts. I actually like this slip a lot, to be honest with you. But it's basically saying that everyone is going to do good tonight. Sometimes you get a slip where it's the opposite, and the game might be a very low-scoring, ugly game, like maybe like we had last night with the Bills and the Giants, very low-scoring game, where the punters are needed more. So there's going to be like over punts, and then you go under on everybody, and you kind of see if you can get something there. So that's basically what it is. It like correlates the game script in a way, and I've been using it a lot. It's actually really nice. So if you want to go ahead and sign up for DGF's correlation tool, or if you want to wait till the NBA season comes in, and then you can kind of see how it's going then, because I cannot wait for the NBA season to have this little tool to use. But thank you to DGF also for sponsoring today's video. If you want to go sign up for DGF Fantasy's correlation tool, links down in the description below. Use code Crushables. At the end of year 1, Giannis wins MVP, Vic Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul 6-Man, Claxton Defensive Player. Most improved goes to Paul Reed, and Trae Young Clutch Player of the Year, and Nick Nurse Coach of the Year, as we went 63-19. As I told you guys, I decided not to make any changes at the trade deadline. We can let James Harden walk in the offseason. There's also a possibility that James Harden buys in, and honestly, like, I don't know if he'd resign here, obviously, because of the Daryl Morey relationship being fractured. But I could see him playing it out for the rest of the season, as this would probably be his best chance. Actually, not necessarily. If he got traded to the Clippers, he'd probably have a better chance. But it'd be Philadelphia's best chance to probably just keep him. Although, you do have to worry about James Harden motor in the playoffs if he's not happy being here. So that's definitely a concern. But we lost Paul Reed for the rest of the season, most likely. And Danny Melton's out for the season. So that is a huge hit to our depth. Oubre is only out 1 to 2 weeks, so he should be back fairly soon. But Joel Embiid averaged 29, 24, and 11 from James Harden, and 20 from Maxey. So we're going into the playoffs a little depleted, just a little bit. Depth definitely took a hit, but I guess we have like Montrezl Harrell can step up, who's been solid at times. But get the Knicks in round 1. So obviously, we've seen plenty of times where the 76ers go on to win the championship. So I wonder if I will get that same treatment by 2K here. Something current round against New York, and they win game 1. They're giving us some problems here, and we're going to get beat in round 1. So that's not ideal at all. Obviously, in the past, we've seen, I mean, injuries probably didn't help for sure, but that is not a great sign at all. So we lost to the Knicks in round 1 as the first seed in the East. So we got the Clippers and the Hawks make it to the finals of all teams. So a very, very weird fight. Actually, Clippers making it's not crazy, but Hawks, yeah, a little wild. But the Clippers go on to beat them in the 7th. So straight to the draft lottery we go, even though this part's really not going to matter for us, because obviously we're not going to have a pick. Raptors get number 1. So the Raptors needing a number 1 overall pick is pretty interesting. But Nick Nurse, coach, I'm going to keep him. And then we're going to just fill out this coaching staff. So there's obviously not going to be much for us in as far as the draft is concerned. Our main concern this offseason is the cap space that we have. So that is what we'll be kind of focused on. I don't know how much we'll be able to sign. I don't know who's going to be here that we can get. But obviously, we're going to try to use this cap space as our advantage here to try to build around Joel Embiid. So on draft night, I'm pretty darn sure we don't have like a single pick. We may have a second rounder or so. We do actually have a first rounder. What am I talking about? So I think we do draft with this first rounder. Absolutely draft with this first rounder, because you might be able to get somebody good at 29. Obviously, we're going to need rookie scale contract role players. So let's see what we got here. So we got Riley here. We have Trent Flowers, Barbara Miller, Ryan Dunn. I'm going to go Trent Flowers here. 19 years old, C-. He may not be able to contribute right away, but we're still going to go ahead and grab him here with our late first round pick. And then I'll let 2K deal with some of the second rounders. So Castleton goes number 1 to the Raptors. We're going to have Trent Flowers 70 overall. Jan Vaden 70 overall, and then Darling 71 overall. So we're going to sign all 3 of these guys. Player options, nothing going on there. And qualifying offers, Maxey, of course, is a big free agent for us. And I'm curious to see what our cap space situation is looking like now. So obviously, if we go take a look, if I can find it, financials, salary cap breakdown. So it says we have negative $75 million in cap space. I'm not sure why. Obviously, that's not true. Paul Reed is like the only one making money outside of Joel Embiid. We could also probably trade Jaden Springer somewhere to free up $4 million if we wanted to. The rest of these guys are just like young players that we maybe, you know, contribute in a trade later on. We could probably consolidate all this money for like a good role player. Paul Reed actually like as like a backup 5 going forward probably, so we're gonna move him to backup center. But yeah, everything else is completely blank. It's a completely blank slate. We have our center rotation, and that's about it. So obviously we want Maxey back, but who else do we want is the question. And you know, as free agency is concerned. So we have a look at LeBron James. We have Kawhi Leonard. We have James Harden, who we could resign, but we all know he doesn't want to be here, so we're probably going to let him go. We have Paul George, Drew Holiday, who the 76ers had interest in bringing in. Pascal Siakam, Klay Thompson, Nicholas Claxton, Malik Monk. So after that, it falls off hard, like really, really hard. So I think if I were, you know, or Daryl Morey, who would I want out of this free agency situation? LeBron James coming to Philadelphia does not seem very likely. I'm going to be honest with you. Paul George, though, is something I could see happening. Clippers offer him a contract. Harden, obviously, and then Kawhi Leonard has no offers right now. So I guess if I were to choose somebody, it'd be Kawhi. Siakam wouldn't be bad either. But I think if I had to choose one person, it'd be Kawhi Leonard for sure. I think I'd rather have Kawhi come to Philadelphia, the team with Joel Embiid. So maybe Kawhi gets recruited by Joel Embiid. Other than that, this free agency is kind of trash. I'm not going to lie. It's not a great free agency by any means. Or what we could do, instead of like chasing the big superstar, we could re-sign Maxey, kind of hope that he develops like crazy, and just fill out the roster with a bunch of really good role players. Like that might be the better plan, because although we could go for Kawhi and re-sign, or, you know, get him, he's probably going to regress and continue to regress. So I don't really know if that makes a ton of sense. So I think we go ahead and go all in on the role players. I think that's what we do. We're going to get some elite role players here with our cap space. So Max is going to play point guard. So we need a shooting guard, small forward, and a power forward for this team. So let's go take a look on what we could get. So shooting guards, role player shooting guards like Gary Trent Jr., who's only making $13 million. Not a bad option at all. Malik Monk, $23 million. A little too much for me. OG, obviously $23 million might be a little too expensive for my liking. Let's keep looking. Small forward position. Obviously, bring back Tobias Harris and go get Jamie Daniels. Jamie Daniels would be my dream scenario here, not gonna lie. So we could bring back Toby though. You know, 32 years old, 82 overall. And then power forwards, you have like Caleb Martin, Sadiq Bey, and Miles Bridges. So not bad at all. We definitely have some money we could throw around. So I'm gonna go for Sadiq Bey here to start things off. We have cap space. Sadiq Bey actually progresses nicely as well. He could be our starting power forward for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and give him like 4 years, $11 million. He should be able to accept that as long as he doesn't have better offers, which he has obviously a restricted offer, which he may actually, we might have to up that. He has a restricted free agency. So we're going to up that offer. That way we can get him because Atlanta could just easily match that low ball offer. So we're going to go try this again. 4 year, we'll go 13 million this time. I don't know if Atlanta may still match that. We're just going to give it a shot. Jamie Daniels is the other guy I want. He's the other guy I want for sure. So we're going to go 4 year, $18 million on him. And then if I could afford OG, I would. But I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to. But I'm going to try anyway. We're going to try OG Anunoby. And then we're going to have the ability to match Maxey. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough for all this. But I'm going to try. If I can get those guys with this cap space, that would be where I want to go with this. So we're going to try for OG. 4 year, let's go 18 or $19 million. Let's go flat rate. And let's see if you'd accept that. So let's try that, and let's see if we can sign all 4. I have a feeling we're not be able to afford all 4. Maybe we can. It doesn't say have to renounce Maxey, so that's a great sign. So Sadiq Bey, McDaniels, OG as 3 elite role players we bring in as our starting 5. None get matched either. Maxey gets an offer. I wonder if this changes things. It's going to change things. So we're not going to be able to get Sadiq Bey, it looks like. So we're going to have to renounce. Let's renounce basically everybody. Does that give me the ability to sign Sadiq Bey? It does not. We cannot. But I think getting McDaniels and OG is still really, really good. Obviously, we got to match Maxey. So we are going to get those 4 guys, and then that leaves us no power forwards. So that sucks, but I think getting Maxey, OG, and McDaniels is a really, really good start. Obviously, it would have been nice to go get like Kawhi Leonard if we wanted to do that, but I like this direction a little bit more. That's really good. Getting OG, who I think can step up big time. Jaden McDaniels, who also, we can move McDaniels and OG to the 3 and the 4 if we want to, which we probably will do. Because we don't really have a starting shooting guard right now. We can go like Josh Richardson or Gary Harris. I'm going to sign Josh Richardson, who will be a fine starting shooting guard. And then at this point, we're looking for bench depth, though, at this point. So minimum contracts to Javonte Green are going to be like our best friend. So I'm going to sign, I guess we couldn't get Javonte Green because we needed a minimum, or needed that to be a minimum. But yeah, we're looking at like no money now. But we used our money pretty wisely. If we could have gotten Sadiq Bey in that scenario too, If Maxey didn't get an offer, that would have been really clutch, but unfortunately he did. So Danny Green, obviously not really. We're gonna have to go like Mira here, who's a 76 overall. So we're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna give maybe we give Patty Mills a chance. Aaron Holiday we can give a chance to, I guess. It's not great. I kind of figured it would be, you know, obviously slim pickings, but I think we're also going to try to make a trade here. So right now we're going to move this. So we're going to have OG slide down to the 3, who goes up to an 85. McDaniels is going to go slide down to the 4. He does go down 80 overall, but progression I think is going to be fine. So McDaniels is going to start next to Embiid. And then we're going to also try to make a big trade, with, or not a big trade necessarily, but with Springer's contract and some of these other salaries we have, we're going to try to consolidate that into something. We're going to go talk to the Wizards about Corey Kispert. Obviously, I could see a world where they would end up trading him because they obviously are rebuilding squad. So we gave them like a bunch of young guys. If we just like consolidated some of these young guys we have, and let's say a second for Corey Kispert. What do they say? They disagree to that right away. A second round pick again. I'm going to go all in on Corey Kispert because I want him really badly. They agree. So Corey Kispert is going to be our brand new bench depth power forward or whatever. I mean, we're going to move him probably down to the 4. He might go down overall if we move him to the 4, though. He does go down like crazy. So we're going to keep him at small forward. So he'll be a really, really nice backup forward for us. So I really like the addition of Corey Kispert. Other than that, guard depth kind of sucks still. But it is what it is. So we'll try to fix that as much as possible. It actually, 2K actually says I can re-sign Anthony Melton. So we're actually going to go ahead and get Anthony Melton back. That is huge. That is like really big. Get the Anthony Melton's team, who did tore his Achilles last year, but with him being fully healthy, he's going to be really, really good. Honestly, could be our starting shooting guard. Like, that is clutch that we're able to get him back. So I'm feeling really good about what we did. Obviously, we could have went and signed Kawhi Leonard. That would have been fine. But I like this a lot better. We bank on Maxey's development. We get a bunch of good role players around Joel Embiid. So Maxey and Joel Embiid as a duo. Let's see what they can do. Obviously, it may not be the best plan. Like, maybe going for Kawhi would have been better. Or maybe just rebuilding in general and just trading Joel Embiid would have been better. But today's video, I wanted to keep Joel Embiid and try to make it work around him. We don't really have a bunch of like draft assets to go make like big trades later on. So this is kind of what we got. Maybe we can make like one more trade or two. But we're going to have to bank on this doing really well for us next season, basically. So let's see what this is going to look like going into this season. So Park's going to land us a second overall. Here's your rotation. It's going to be Maxey, Melton, OG Anunoby, Jaden McDaniels, Joel Embiid, Corey Kispert, Paul Reed, Josh Richardson, and also Mirza Vincenzo. So not a bad rotation by any means. Proficiency under Nick Nurse is still 4-star. It can be a 4-star balance as well, which we'll go ahead and move it to. So shot tendencies, I also want to take a look at that because obviously we're going to need Maxey to step up this year. I mean, he's got a big path to step up to. So we're going to go Maxey to a 90 overall shot tendency. OG, I'm fine with him taking more shots as well. McDaniels obviously could take some more shots. So, or Kispert, you need to shoot as well. Good shooter around here. So we're going to go ahead and give you a little bit of an opportunity as well. So that will be our shot tendencies. We're going to see how things go. Hopefully, we can be a really good team in the East this year. Again, we'll see what happens. So at the end of year 2, John Morant wins MVP, Caldwell Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul 6-man, Mobley Defensive Player, Scoots Moser proved, and Tatum Clutch Player of the Year, and Nick Nurse Coach of the Year. As we went 59 and 23. So even without James Harden and everything we did in the offseason, it seemed to work pretty well. So pretty happy with the results so far. All NBA first team. Joel Embiid makes it. Do we get Maxey here? That'd be really cool if we got Tyrese Maxey, but unfortunately, no. Offensive first team and all defensive second team, and here's our all rookie team. So we ended up being the first team in the East, as I said. So let's go take a look at the player stats. So I assume Maxey had a really good season, and that is the case. So 25 points from Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, not as much assists, but still 25 will take. 16 from OG Anunoby, 14 from Jay McDaniels, and you had 12 from Corey Kispert. So a really, really solid core. Not too shabby at all. We'll take that each and every day. 28 from Embiid. Obviously, what matters, though, is getting out of round 1 and going far in the playoffs, as Maxey is fully healthy. We draw Boston in round 1. That doesn't feel great, so let's see what they have. They have Peyton Pritchard, Brown, Tatum Porzingis, Al Horford, and then I feel like they're missing somebody. Maybe they're not. Who is the... Oh, Drew Holiday. Is he gone? Oh, yeah, Drew Holiday's gone, so they don't have Drew Holiday anymore. So Drew Holiday went and dipped somewhere else, so I guess that maybe works in our favor. We'll see. Somebody current round against Boston, and we are going to beat them in 5, maybe? Yes, okay. Wow, Joel Embiid gets hurt. Okay. Well, I mean, you could probably count on Joel Embiid. Oh, okay, he's going to be able to play through it. I was about to say, you could probably count on Joel Embiid missing time in the playoffs. Like, it's not too crazy to say. But here we are. So hopefully he's fine through the playoffs. We get the Hawks. Atlanta just won the championship last year. I did try to steal Sadiq Bey from them. That didn't really work out. He would have been, bro, averaging 48% in the playoffs. Well, I guess he only averaged 35 in the regular season, but that's still pretty wild. Here we go. I'm nervous about this one. Game 1, 1-0 though. We beat them by a pretty good margin. Joel Embiid, even not remotely healthy, averages or got 35 in that one. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. Game 4, do we win 3-1? Yes, we do. Game 5, yes, we beat the Hawks. Wow, I thought for sure we were gonna lose that one, to be honest. But now we get the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have Garland, Mitchell, Coro Mobley, Jarrett Allen. So the same starting 5 with Strus, Ty Jerome, Ricky Rubio. Their bench is really, really bad. Wow. Karis LeVert's hurt, I guess. That kind of hurts him a little bit. But he's back, so he's going to be back for this one. But Joel Embiid, still 1 or 2 weeks away from being fully healthy, but still playing for us regardless. So this should be a interesting series. So let's see if we can take down the Cavaliers. Game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, we even it up, so we're not done yet. Game 3, 2-1 for them. I cannot think we can go down 3-1. So let's go ahead and see if we can, even the series up. Give up a good fight here. Have a good lead here, but doesn't mean we hang on to it. So let's see if we can. Looks like we're going to be able to, and we are going to beat the 76ers to tie it up. So huge there. Embiid is 1 or 2 weeks away still, but he's up to a 94 overall. We'll take that. Huge game 5. Huge game 5 at home. So let's see if we can take care of business here. Have the lead right now. Looks like we're, just kidding. I was about to say, looks like we're starting to run away with it. But Cleveland, on the other hand, might be doing, tie game with 3 minutes left. Huge game 5 victory if we can get it. Close game. They're starting to run away with it maybe. Can we go take the lead back? Yes, we do. Can we keep it though? They take it. We take it back. Close game. Back and forth. I'm not jumping into this time. Take the lead back. Come on, come on. Wake up. Okay, tied up. Lead back. And we beat them. Wow. Huge game 5 victory. Nail biter, as Brett Siegel says. Absolutely agree. And beat 21-15. OG with 30 points. Needed all of those. Huge game 6 here. We got more injuries though. More injuries to deal with. It looks like, okay, no one's like out of the rotation though, so that's a great sign. So Embiid also really, really close to being back. Actually, that might have just said give more minutes to them. I thought that was injuries, but Embiid day to day. So if we get past the Cavs, we should be fully healthy for the finals, unless an injury occurs here, obviously. But let's see if we can win this game 6 in Cleveland. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to. So we are going to a very, very big game 7. So game 7, it's going to be huge, boys. It's going to be really big. Big game 7, give less minutes. Joel Embiid, I, in theory, think we'll be fully healthy before you jump in here. So let's see. No, still not fully healthy, but huge game 7 in Philadelphia. Buckle in. Let's go win this bad boy. All right, first quarter. Can we win the first quarter? We do. Can we win the second quarter? We do. Can we win the third quarter? We do not. We're in the fourth quarter. Got to keep this lead. I think we did it, boys. We are going to the finals with Joel Embiid. So not only did we get Joel Embiid out of the second round for once, we actually made it all the way to the finals after beating the Cavs in 7. And now we get to play the Denver Nuggets. So Joel Embiid versus Jokic. Obviously, it'd be a clutch finals, a really fun finals. And Embiid, I imagine, is fully healthy once we jump in. So this should be huge. Game 1, Joel Embiid fully healthy. They win. Game 2. Is Maxey playing through it? No, he's not. Wow. Yeah, we lost, boys. That's probably game. Okay. That's probably your final. So Melton will move you to point guard. That way Richardson starts. We'll do that kind of thing. And then we'll probably go to an 8-man rotation. Bench utilization will maybe bring down just a little bit. And we'll go 8-man rotation. Game 3, we win. Okay, game 4. All right, game 5 without Maxey. OG's fully healthy now. Game 5, I mean, we're in it still. Without Maxey, it's going to be a lot harder, but I guess we have a nice lead here unless we blow it at the end, which we definitely could. But we are going to win this one. So even without Tyrese Maxey, we are chilling so far. Huge game 6 in Denver to maybe win this championship here for Joel Embiid and the 76ers. So far, it's looking decent here. Can we close it out, though, is the question. Close game relatively. I think we did it, boys. So even with Maxey getting hurt, we still take down the Denver Nuggets. So Joel Embiid owns Jokic in this scenario, I guess. Boom. We did it, man. 42 points from Joel Embiid, 11 rebounds, and we win a championship for the Philadelphia 76ers. So Joel Embiid wins finals MVP. I think I'm going to end it off on that note. Only did 2 seasons today, but I mean, we kind of had the perfect rebuild in my mind. Basically, we, kept James Harden. Last year did not go well at all. Maxey gets injured. We honestly got away with it. I don't think we should have won with Maxey getting hurt, but 2K still loved us for some reason. But I'm feeling pretty good about that. I mean, do we end it off on that note? I think we do. We win in 6 games. Joel Embiid is only going to keep getting worse. I can't imagine this gets any better, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think we're gonna do it there. So that is gonna be the video for me. I could go one more time. I mean, yeah, we'll go one more time. We'll go one more time, actually. Let's do one more time. Let's see if we can win another one. If we don't win another one, it's no big deal. We already won one. So I already overrid LeBron James' retirement one time. So we can maybe make the bench better, as the Rockets are getting 1 and 2. So that's pretty nasty for them. But let's just make the bench like maybe just a little bit better, and then we should be good. I don't know if we had a draft pick or not. We may have. Let's see. No. Player options, qualifying offers, Corey Kispert, big free agency signing for sure. Any other free agents we know about? Yeah, Kispert's big, obviously. But yeah, Melton, we need a shooting guard still. So we just need anything. So shooting guard, KCP, Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe fits that bill for me. Isaiah Joe is a starting 2 for the rest of the... Actually, he played in Philadelphia once, and, you know, Philadelphia kind of fumbled the bag on him. But Kispert, obviously bringing back 100%, no-brainer there. And we'll just sign the best bench player we can get. So McConnell as a backup point guard. We have Melton. Or we can move Melton down, obviously. So we might go sign... oh, you might go down overall. Malik Beasley can never have enough shooting, so we'll sign, like, Malik Beasley, maybe. And then we'll sign Sasha as well as another shooter. So that'll be it. Let's go to player progression. Does Embiid regress like I think he's going to? Let's see. He is, yeah, down 2 overall. Melton's going down. Mirza went down. So we're going to go one more year, though. So we'll see how things go. We won a championship last year. If we don't win this year, it's no big deal. This hat's starting to kill me, so I might take it off. My head is starting to shrink in it. But regardless, I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. Nick Nurse out here winning, like, I think his 3rd coach of the year of the video so far. So shout out to Nick Nurse for that. But let's get into it. So do we win a 2nd championship in this video is the question, as we get the 1st seed in the East again. No, we're probably not going to. Joel Embiid is out for the season. So yeah, that's the story I kind of figured we would get. So Joel Embiid, without him, we're probably done for, I imagine. But maybe Maxey goes on a heroic run here. We get Miami in round 1. They got Caldwell, Hero, Jimmy Butler, Jaime Jaquez, Bam Adebayo, some money, Kurt Round, and we are going to get beaten 5. So yeah, kind of why I didn't want to run it back another season. Not having Joel Embiid obviously really hurt us. But hey, we got the 1 championship. That's what matters. So let's see who wins it all here. We're going to have the Hornets and the Kings. Wow, that is a very interesting finals. I'm going to have the Hornets beat them in 7. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. I'm curious to see what Philadelphia does with James Harden in real life. Do they trade him by the deadline? What do you guys think is going to happen? Should be a lot of fun to watch. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is Crushables. I'll see you on the next one. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.